my name is Dave Zanoni. I'm a certified canine and feline nutritionist, and I also own an independent pet nutrition store in Hartsville, South Carolina. Today, I want to talk about one of the most misunderstood subjects in pet nutrition, grain-free dog food. If you have a dog, you probably heard some version of this conversation. Grain-free food is dangerous. Dogs need grain. Peas and lentils are the problem. Grain-free causes heart disease. Grain-inclusive food is automatically safer. And once those statements get repeated enough, they start to sound like facts. But repetition is not science. Fear is not science, and marketing is not science. So today, I want to slow this down and talk about what actually matters. Nutrition, formulation, protein quality, digestibility, amino acids, and the dog standing in front of you. Because this topic is not as simple as grain-free versus grain-inclusive. The real question is this: what does the animal's body actually need? Not what the front of the bag says, not what the loudest commercial on TV says, not what the latest internet arguments say. It's what does the body need? That is where the real conversation starts. The biggest point I want to make is this: there's no conclusive scientific proof that grain-free dog food by itself causes dilated cardiomyopathy, also called DCM. Now, that does not mean that this topic should be ignored. It does not mean every grain-free food is good. It does not mean every concern was made up. It means the science is more complicated than saying grain-free food causes heart disease. That sentence is easy to remember, but easy does not always mean accurate. The FDA invested a possible connection between certain diets and DCM in dogs, but the FDA has not concluded that grain-free diets directly cause DCM. The FDA has also stated that reports involve both grain-free and grain-containing diets, and many of those reported diets had ingredients like peas, lentils, chickpeas, beans, or potatoes or sweet potatoes high in the ingredient list. Now, that's an important distinction. So the responsible question is not, is grain-free bad? The responsible question is, what was going on with those specific formulas? Was it the absence of grain? Was it the overall recipe? Was it the heavy use of pulses and starches? Was it the amino acid balance? Was it taurine status? Was it breed genetics? Was it digestibility? Was it a combination of several things? Now, that's the real conversation, because a possible association is not the same thing as a proven causation. And in nutrition, that difference matters. The dog's body does not care what marketing category the food belongs to. The body does not say, hey, this food is grain-free, so it's good. And the body does not say this food has grain, so it's safe. The body responds to nutrients, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals, energy, digestibility, balance, and that's what matters. A poor grain-inclusive food is still a poor food, and a poorly formulated grain-free food is still a poor food. A well-formulated grain-free food can be an excellent food, and a well-formulated grain-inclusive food can be a good food as well. Now, that category does not make the food. The formula does. Now, I want to be completely transparent here. I have fed my own dogs grain-free food for many years, and I will continue to do so. But I want people to understand why. It's not because I'm afraid of grain. It is not because I think every grain-inclusive food is bad. And it is not because I think grain-free is automatically better. I choose the foods I choose because I look at the whole formula. For my own dogs, I prefer foods built around quality animal protein, strong amino acid support, good fat sources, and controlled starch and high digestibility. I don't like unnecessary carbohydrate loads in a dog's diet. And then applies whether the carbs come from corn, wheat, rice, potatoes, peas, lentils, or anything else. Now, that's the key point. This is not about demonizing grain. This is about not letting carbs do the heavy lifting in a food that should be built around quality protein and usable nutrients. Dogs do not have a dietary requirement for grain itself. Dogs need nutrients. They need essential amino acids. They need essential fatty acids. They need vitamins and minerals in proper balance. They need the right amount for energy, for their age, and health. Grains can provide energy, but grain is not magic, and grain-free is not magic either. The real value is through thoughtful formulation. So when I say I feed grain-free, I'm not telling every pet parent to go out and do the same thing. I'm saying for my dogs, I choose formulas that match my nutritional priorities. Quality animal protein, good digestibility, strong amino support, controlled starch, and overall biological value. And that is very different from saying that grain is bad, because I'm not anti-grain. I'm pro-quality. What I don't like is lazy formulation. I do not like when any starch source is used to make a food cheaper while lowering the quality of the animal protein foundation. I do not like it when plant ingredients are used to make the protein number on the bag look better while the true quality of the formula gets ignored. Now, that can happen in grain-inclusive foods, and it can also happen in grain-free foods. That is why the front of the bag is never enough. The question is not, does this food have grain? The question is, what is this food actually built on? Now let's talk about AFCO, because this is another area where people get confused. When a pet food says complete and balanced, now that means that the food is intended to provide all required nutrients in the correct ratios for that life stage listed on the label. Now AFCO explains that complete means the product contains all required nutrients, and balanced means that those nutrients are present in the correct ratios. The FDA also explains that the complete and balanced food is intended to be fed as the pet's sole diet and should be nutritionally balanced. That matters. But pet parents need to understand what that does and does not mean. Complete and balanced do not automatically mean premium. It does not automatically mean highly digestible. It does not tell you how much of the protein comes from animal sources versus plant sources. It does not tell you whether the food is built for true nourishment or simply built to meet the minimum requirements. AFCO is important, but it's the floor. It's not automatically the ceiling. There's a difference between a food that meets a minimum standard and a food that built with better ingredients, better protein sources, better digestibility, and a more thoughtful formulation. And I want to be very careful here. It's not about shaming anyone. People love their pets, and people do the best they can with the information, access, and the budget that they have. But as a nutritionist, I also have to be honest. There's a difference between a food that simply checks the required boxes and a food that's built to truly support the body. I do not want pets just getting by. I want strong muscle, healthy skin, a better coat, good digestion, healthy stool, steady energy, and a body that is supported and not just filled. This is why ingredients matter. Protein quality matters. Digestibility matters, and formulations matter. Now, should pet parents be aware of DCM? Yes. Awareness is good. Panic is not. If your dog is a breed with a known risk for heart disease, or if your dog has symptoms like coughing, weakness, fainting, rapid breathing, exercise intolerance, or unexplained tiredness, that is not a food debate. That's a veterinary conversation. Get the heart checked. Ask about appropriate testing. Ask whether taurine testing makes sense. Ask whether echocardiogram is appropriate. Do not guess when it comes to the heart, but also do not let fear-based marketing make your decisions for you. The answer is not blindly avoiding grain-free food. The answer is to choose better food, better formulated food, food that makes sense for the animal eating it. Food is not just designed to meet a minimum number, but to support a real living body. This is where pet parents have power. You do not have to be scared. You have to be informed. You have to ask better questions. Stop judging food by one word on the front of the bag. Grain-free does not automatically mean better. Grain-inclusive does not automatically mean better. The formula has to earn your trust. That's the message I want people to hear. It's not defending grain-free, and it's not about attacking grain. This is about refusing to let oversimplified nutrition advice make the decision for us, because our pets deserve better than fear. They deserve better than marketing. They deserve better than half-truths. They deserve a bowl built on quality, balance, and biological common sense. At the end of the day, the body responds to what you feed every single day. That food becomes tissue. It becomes energy. It supports the immune system. It affects the gut. It affects the skin and coat. It affects weight. It affects vitality. The bowl matters. And that's why I say this all the time. The bowl decides the outcome. Not the biggest company, not the loudest commercial, not the prettiest bag, not the trend, the bowl. So before you ask, is grain-free bad, ask a better question. Is this specific food well formulated for this specific dog? That is the question that actually helps, because nutrition is not about winning an argument. It's about helping animals live better lives. Quality matters. Protein quality matters. Digestibility matters. Balance matters. And your pet's individual needs matter most. Your pets deserve the best, and I'm here to help. Stay informed, stay kind, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you very much.